In this video, we'll try to use R script visual, and let us click on the drop down menu. Let us try to drag the R script visual onto the canvas. Once we do that, we have that R script visual on the canvas, and once we have that on the canvas, you have to enable script visuals. Click on enable. Once you do that, and try to adjust the position of this R script visual, and then let us try to add some data to it. Just like any other visual, you can add data to it. And let us try to add shape and then summary. Let us click on shape and let us click on summary. As you can see, that R script editor is also opened up in the below, and you can see the whatever is commented out. It's always all those data which you have added to your visual are in that data set, and you can use the external your IDE also. Like I said, we have those options. We can use this R Studio as the external IDE and try to use it to write our code. And as a first step, let us try to load that into the environment here. We have that data set in the environment, and once we have that, let us try to view the data. And it has two columns, shape and summary, because those are the two columns which we have passed to the visual, and that is a first step. So once we have that, before we move on with the coding, we have to understand a couple of things. We are going to use the Tidyverse package, and we want to understand what is a tidy data. Tidy data is each variable should have its own column, and each column, each observation should have its own row, and each value should have its own cell, like it's depicted on the right side picture. So that is one of the tidy principles. And the Tidyverse is a collection of packages, and which will follow the same kind of philosophy, grammar and data structures like in tidy principles, so tidy data principles. So that is what it is, and you can install this Tidyverse packages by install.packages Tidyverse, so that it will be there in your R environment. That is what we have to do before we try to actually write the code. And next is we have to understand a couple of other things. We need to understand what are log of odds. We know that odds are a way of representing probability. In other words, odds are nothing but odds of success is equal to event happening by event not happening. There's a subtle difference between odds of success and probability, where probability is event happening by event happening plus event not happening. That is what is probability, whereas odds of success is event happening by event not happening. In other words, it is also called as odds of success. For example, if there is 80% chance of rain on whatever day you are looking out for weather, then that means there is a 20% equal chance of not raining. So the odds ratio is 0.8 by 0.2 is equal to 4. Again, log odds is the logarithm of the odds. We take the natural log of 4, which is equal to 1.38. So it's also depicted in the equation below. So as you can see, log odds equal to log by p by 1 minus p. P is the probability of event happening. So that is what it is. And second is, we also have to understand a couple of other concepts, which is weighted log odds. Let us try to go to that page. Weighted log odds represents the logarithm of an odds ratio, where the odds are adjusted based on a weighing factor. Say, for example, in text analysis, we are trying to analyze text data. In our case, we are trying to analyze the summary column. We have an option of using a weighted log odds. Once we try to tokenize the sentences, we get the words, and we will identify the words or phrases that are significantly more likely to appear in one category, because we have shapes categories. So we are trying to understand, by using weighted log odds, we can try to identify words or phrases that are significantly more likely to appear in one category when compared to other category. So that is our goal. By using a couple of libraries, like for example, we are going to use Tidyverse, and also we are going to use tidy text for text mining, so that we can tokenize everything, all the sentences in summary column, and tokenize them into words. We're going to kind of clean up the data too. we'll probably remove the stopwords and all. So let us begin. Let us try to load the first package, which is Tidyverse. And if you haven't done, please go ahead and install that package. Install.packages Tidyverse. And once we run that, all those packages, as you can see on the right, those packages are loaded. As you can see, dplyr, forecats, ggplot, lubridate, all those are standard. They come under the Tidyverse universe. So those packages are loaded. And the next thing is we have to again use another library, which is Tidytext. Tidytext is a text mining package, which is a pretty good package, which is used for most of the text mining in R. So you can always look at the data, look at the package details in the help file. And as you can see on the right, I highlighted that briefly. You can pause the video, and in case if you have installed Tidytext, please read up on that. The next thing is, let us, like we have already seen, our total data is sitting in the dataset variable. Let us try to create a new variable. Let us call it as sightings, and save this dataset into that variable. That way it will be easy for us, right? Naming wise, if you name it as sightings, that will be easy. So let us try to do that. And as a first step, we have to make sure that there are no missing values in our column. So let us try to use that function. Let us say that, hey, let us try to save this. Like I said, we save it into sightings, and we'll try to filter by using this code, which will say that, hey, if there is an NA, then don't consider that, and if not, just filter out missing values. That is what it means. Once we do that and run it, as you can see, there are like maybe 13 observations which didn't have any values, so those are dropped. So now that we have a clean data, let us try to go ahead and try to maybe look at unnest the tokens. Like I said, we'll use the Tidytext package, and unnest tokens expects a couple of parameters. One is we want to bring out the word, which is given as output. The input, we are going to give the summary column. So once we run this particular code, the summary column will be tokenized into words. So that will be displayed as word. Like you see on the right hand side, you have your word on the right side. And also I went ahead and typed up this code to save time. We want to remove all the stop words which are common occurring in the English language, the, and all that stuff. And also I've used another line of code which I filtered out all the numbers from the data. And you can, it's all up to you. You can try to remove any kind of unnecessary data in your summary column. And I've specified certain words to be removed. You can add more words to it also, because to save time, I thought I will just try to type it out. Once we run this particular code chunk, we have much more cleaner data. And once we have that, next is we have to find the frequency. Let us try to use the count function. Let us try to count shape and word, and let us try to sort it by descending to ascending order, so that once we have that, we have that output you see on the right hand side, which has the shape, word, and also the frequency. Now that we have done this, we have some count. So let us try to go ahead and add some more lines of code. Like I said, we have to use another package called as tidylo, where we are going to use the log odds ratio and log odds weighted, those functions. So weighted log, tidy logs, odds ratio. So let us add that package. If you haven't done, just go ahead and install that package. And let me just go ahead and run this. Just pause the video and read up on the documentation. So because this video we are trying to use R script visual, so let us try to skip those details. In case if you need, please pause the video and read up on those documentation, Tidyverse and Tidylo and all those packages. And let us try to use the bind log odds function where it needs certain parameters. Let us try to pass those things to this bind log odds function. Let us try to add shape and word, and also the frequency. That is what we have counted in the previous step. So once we do that, we are going to get another output. As you can see on the right, we have the shape, word, frequency, and also a new column which is weighted log odds log odds weighted. So as you can see, those things are available for us now. Once we do that, and next is we are trying to filter out, because this dataset has many words. As you can understand, 100 years data. The summary column has many sentences, so that means probably 1,000,000, 2,000,000 words. Let us try to filter out, and let us try to take only words which are occurring more than 25 times. That is what I have done that. And let us try to group by shape. Once we do that, we have those things available for us. Let us try to run those two lines. Or maybe let us try to get only the top by using slice max function. Let us try to get the top 10, maybe 10 or 5 words. So that way we have filtered out words which are more than 95, and also we have grouped by shape, and we will try to use slice max function, and we will also give the number of words. Like I said, we want 5 and equal to 5, so that the visual also looks good. Let us run that. Once we run that, as you see on the right hand side, we have those things appearing by shape, because we have grouped by shape. That is what is the output represents. And next is that once we done that, let us try to reorder the word, and let us use the reorder within the function. And once we use reorder within the function, that way all those words are sorted according to whatever you give here. So we want to give by word, and by log odds weighted, and by n. So it will be in a beautiful format for us to use in our visualization. Once we do that, the word is this is mutate, is we are going to create a new column. So we are going to use the word equal to reorder within, pass word, log odds weighted, and shape. Once we run that, there is a new column which is appearing here on the right hand side. Once we do that, and next step is very simple. We'll try to use ggplot and try to visualize, because we have already counted the frequency. So let us try to use ggplot function, and we will add aesthetics, we will add log odds weighted, and also next is we'll add the word, and we will use fill equal to shape. That way we have some colors appearing in our visual by using fill equal to shape. And by doing that, let us try to use GM column, and with GM column we don't want the legend to be shown. Let us try to make it as show legend equal to false, so that way we have a visual without the legend. Then next is for us to we'll use the facet wrap function. So we want all the shapes separately, right, because we have about 25 shapes. So this is the syntax. Let us try to use that facet wrap function, and we want the shape separately, and let us use scales equal to free. And once we do that, next are the very simple things. We'll use try to make it as scale y reordered. And also let us try to label. Let us try to make sure that there are no labels for the y-axis. Let us say y equal to null. So that way we have those things. I think there is a typo here. I might have to go back and make it as uppercase NULL. And once we do that, it is all up to us, right, how the look and feel. We'll try to add the theme, and we'll add the size of the element. Maybe let us try to use maybe 15, 18. Maybe let us try to use the size as 18. You can add a lot of things here, but I'm just using one of the things which I need. Size equal to 18. I've changed the typo. Once we run that, we have a visual. As you can see, all the shapes, and these are the log odds of all the words, which are the probability of all these words appearing in those shapes. That is exactly what we intended to do. So once we have that, let us try to copy. Let us go back to our Power BI, and let us try to paste our code. I mean, using the R Studio, we have kind of gone step by step. We have gone through the coding step by step so that we understand everything. And once we paste it here, just make sure that everything is whatever we have typed up in the R Studio. It looks good. Let us try to run it. Maybe it takes a minute or so, because there are pretty high number of words. So once we run that, we have the visual. It is almost identical to the visual which we have seen in R Studio output. So this is there, and the beauty is this visual can be used like in any report page, right? You can add more slices or more tables or more visuals onto the report page, and once you use the slicers, you can slice them by whatever selections you make. So I think that's the beauty of it. Sometimes this might take a while because this is a pretty large data set. So in this case we have added day part as the slicer, and if you click on make any selections, we have clicked on morning, you can see what are the probability of log odds weighted is the x-axis. So you know the probability of those words appearing by within those shapes. So as you can see those shapes, you can go ahead and go back to the code and try to maybe filter out the words which you don't want, unwanted words. It's all up to us. But as an example, we wanted to show that we can use R within the Power BI also. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.